Tattoos. Most of us have it, and it's a type of ink that for many of us does tell a story. I'm coming at you with another tag. This one's kind of long overdue, everybody. Questions in the description box. Let's go ahead and check the Telling My Tattoo Stories tag. See you in a minute. Hello there, everybody. I'm Jenna O'Malley. I'm your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Alongside the raw healing stories my characters weave throughout time and space, I help other soul bards such as yourselves get back to rocking it out in your pace, in your time, in your stride. And let's go ahead and have some fun. Let's do the Telling My Tattoo Stories tag. So this is kind of a common thing to do on the YouTubes in general. Let's just go ahead and visit it. So how old were you when you got your first tattoo versus your most recent ink? How different is that person? Oh, good God. I got my first tattoo, which is an ankh with the kanji for the word perseverance, on my left leg. At the age of 22, I was promising myself I didn't need anything other than me to rock out this life and do this thing. I had left behind most of you don't know about this, I was engaged once before, the cheesecake man, and it didn't end well. We'll put it that way. Ripped me apart. Ripped me apart. And my most recent ink would be my feather. Yeah. My feather, about 8 years later. I'm not the same person. Boy, am I not the same person. Or neither were they the same person. One, the 22-year-old was single. Not for long. Because as soon as I tatted that in my skin, the Cheesecake Man and I were literally dating by the following Christmas. And then the most recent one I have on my arm, the feather, was a gift from the Cheesecake Man as a birthday present. Well, friends and family. He collaborated to get the funds together between him, both of our mothers, and a couple of other friends and whatnot at the time. The person who got the ankh did not know nor care what life had in store for her. She knew that it was coming. But the person who got the feather, and of course what I know about Egyptian mythology and my chosen goddess is now kind of woo-woo in the back of my brain a little bit, because her son, Anubis, and feathers. Anyway, gong! I'm a daughter of Nephthys. Let's just admit it. Anyway, I had grown up a lot in that 8 years. I finished college. I got married. I started my teaching career. I realized I wanted to end my teaching career, all in that 8 years. So a lot has happened. Question number 2. Tattoo tour with minimal storytelling. Save for the later questions. Oh, I've already been doing the storytelling. Oh, good Lord. Okay, this is going to be a not as long video as I thought it was going to be. So, cue some B-roll. I have a lot of ink right now, and I wish I had more. I already told you about this one on my leg. My left leg. I already told you about this set on my arm. No, I did not get that all done at once. I got the words first and the semicolon and the feather later. Then I technically have 2 down on my right leg. One's for my parents and one is for my brother George. And then I have one on my left wrist. It says Anam Cara. If you know what that means for my books, you can imagine who I have it on my arm for. And then on my back, I have this beautiful piece that I got right after Cody and I got engaged. So, do I want more ink? Yes. Just leave it at that, yes. Number 3, are there any tattoos you would change or do differently? This one here, it's all blown out. The person who did it, they blew it out badly. That one right there. C looks like an E, and I'm not too happy with how it's aging. It's single line work though, so I don't think it can be fixed. Let's see. That one I would probably get a redo. The person who did that one also did my Bare Necessities tattoo, so maybe that one too. I just would want someone who was a little bit more kind with their writing and not blow it out. Anywho. Number 4. Which one physically hurt the most? Physically hurt the most. My back. My back. And that's only because when Ryan got close out towards the shoulders and the shoulder blades, or close into the spine, my shoulders would, like, I don't know if he was hitting a nerve or if it was just my muscles spasming in complaint or what, but I would twitch and shake a little. So there were a couple of times where he would have to pull back really quick because I would jerk, and it wasn't my fault. It was an involuntary reaction. And he said some people around that area in the upper back will have that on occasion. And he said, I know there's nothing you can do about it, but I will hurt you if you jerk. You gotta get still. So I learned to do a lot of stretching and a lot of mindfulness meditation stuff the day of a tattoo. I haven't gotten one since my 30th birthday, and I'm overdue. It's been about 7-8 years, because yeah, it's been a while. So emotionally, up until now, would have to be the one for my brother George. The Bare Necessities is a memorial tattoo. He is Baloo, I am Mowgli. When I was little, we would sing that song together all the time. My brother George, many of you might know, is 22 years older than I am. We're the bookends. He's the eldest, I'm the youngest. And moo moo, moo 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 moo. The one that hurt spiritually and mentally up until now, moo moo, has been probably that one as well. Maybe spiritually freeing has been my feather. Moo moo, and I word this the way I'm wording it because I have a tattoo I want to get for Angel. Ma'am! You are an indoor kitty. You are an indoor kitty. What do you want? You are an indoor kitty. No, you stay inside. What is your fascination with going outside all of a sudden? Maybe she'll let me talk. I have a picture that Suntroa drew that hangs in my streaming space over there of Angel as a memorial tattoo. And I plan on getting that up on this arm as well. So that one will be a healing tattoo. Because up until now, Angel's the only child we have who is human. We have plenty of the fur babies. Was I in your chair? Was I in your chair? Hi, beautiful. Bless you. So, Number 5. Do you believe tattoos have a power to heal? Yeah, I want the one of Angel for a reason. I want my angel baby with me for a reason. Yeah. I'll admit, the Bare Necessities tattoo greatly helped me after my brother George. And to an extent, the hearts helped me after my dad passed. My mom is still here. We're not on the greatest of speaking terms anymore. Number 6. Which tattoo story is your favorite to tell? Tell it and why. Probably would be my parents discovering I had a tattoo. I had had my Ankh tattoo for a couple of weeks before my parents saw it. Now, mind you, my dad's a little bit of a hypocrite about tattoos. My dad had tattoos. Sarah, you'll like this. My dad used to wear a pair of cherries for good luck on his arm. And he had on his other arm a tattoo from his army unit when he was in Vietnam. He got one set when he was in Panama stationed and the other when he was in Vietnam, I believe. And his ties to tattoos are soldiers' ties to tattoos. They are healing. They are to commemorate losses. And thank you, Sarah, for mentioning cherry on top energy. You make me think of my dad every time you say that, so thank you. I didn't think I was going to get this emotional. Anyway, so which tattoo means more to you than you thought it would years later? My feather. Actually, my whole right arm. Originally, Control the Storm was the tattoo on there by itself. Kinda to balance out Autumn Kara on the other side. If you go back on my channel, I have a video here explaining how fanfiction literally was writing therapy for me and saved my life from myself. Go back and watch that if you're brave to do so. And it's why I keep saying Charlotte Wessels has to be Rochelle, the beautiful blonde on book 2's cover. Charlotte, formerly of the band Delane, saw Cody and I and a bunch of fans after our concert at the Baltimore Sound Stage and, do a meet and greet type stuff. And I'm like, married to a teenage girl apparently whenever he's around Charlotte Wessels. And, yeah, she saw my Control the Storm tattoo and she was like, wait a minute, you're the writer in the Facebook group who told us a story about how writing is how you control your storm and why it had to be on your dominant arm for that reason. And Charlotte probably doesn't even remember saying that. It's why she's Rochelle. It's why so much of her music resonates with me. It's why I just admire everything she's done on her own. I'll admit that. 8. What story do you hope to communicate about yourself through the collage of your tattoos? Oh, good Lord. Power and art and creativity do not have to be born from pain. But if that's the hand that you've been given, play the cards. Sitting there and doing nothing hurts just as much as to play them. It's just a different kind of hard. And that's all it's ever going to be. Do you have a tattoo you long to get next, other than my angel baby? Probably in shade. I love the color. I don't think that ink's going to stick in my white skin or look very, very legible with those beautiful wings, so probably it'll be in shade. I have a lot of shade. Or watercolor to balance out the feather. There's a couple I would like to get. Ever since I was younger, I've always wanted a phoenix or a butterfly. Probably going to be a phoenix, given my logo, off of my left leg. On my right leg, I've wanted all of the Sailor Scouts symbols that show up on their foreheads, and I've wanted all of the spiritual kanji for the cast of Yorahiden Samurai Troopas, kind of like lined up side by side, because I am that crossover writing fanfiction nerd. There's also a tattoo I've wanted to get of broken chains around my ankle because of a line, and I know the spiritual no-no is behind actually getting this tattoo, which is why I'm so hesitant. There's a line at the end of the cinematic opening to The Legend of Dragoon that says something about being unafraid to break free from the chains that bind you. That, has stuck with me since the first time I ever saw it as a kid on PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. So, yeah, I would like to get Roses and Lilies and the Triforce from Zelda together. I love ink. I'm addicted to ink. What's stopping me from getting the ink? Money is being better used elsewhere at the moment. And kind of one of the big things I would love to do is start to be able to get ink again. I've come so close to getting Angel's tattoo in the last couple of years, and it would be a joy to be able to sit down and get some cathartic ink, put it that way. Which artist did you I got a typo here. It says admit here. It should say admire. Which artist do you admire in the ink world, if any? I used to be all up on who's the who and the what's the what. I used to watch a lot of Ink Master and similar shows, and I just don't anymore, so I kind of don't know any big names. I would like to go back to the original lady who did my Ankh. Her name is Jess. She used to have a shop of her own in Frostburg, Maryland. I don't know if she survived 2020 or not. Like a lot of shops didn't up in that area. Just not just tattoo shops. I mean shops in general. And I want her to do my Phoenix. She did the Ankh. I want her to finish what she started. I've been saying that now for 14 years. 15 years. Easily. So it would be lovely to be able to collaborate with her and get her to do my Ankh Phoenix combo and finish what she started. If you could tell one person not to get a tattoo, what would the advice be? Reasons why for that? Don't do it because you're pressured into it. Never peer pressure. Goodness gracious me, never peer pressure. Pay your bills before you get it done. Definitely. Bills, survival comes first before ink, even though ink is healing and could be cathartic for your survival. Do your research. And if you booked an appointment and everything feels great up until the moment you go through to actually, ink in skin and you're like, this doesn't feel right, back out. If you show up to the shop and you don't feel good and you got the bad jujus, back out. You don't want that kind of mojo in your ink. I am that spiritual person. 12, why do you think so many authors and writers have tattoos even though they paint with ink through words? Well, many of us have words on our bodies for a reason, I think. We can't always express the 1,000 words, so we want the picture. There's a catharsis to it. It's an art. These are our temples. Let us decorate them how we please. So if you want to join in, please feel welcome to go ahead and do so. Otherwise, take care of yourself. Until the next one. Bye.
Thank you to our lovelies on Ream Stories over at Emerald's Library and the Myrna Private Collection. Whether you're a human ally, sunwalker, bard, songweaver, merry misfit, or more, thank you for subscribing to our ranks. We thank you for all you do to support us. Want to join our endeavors? Head over to reamstories.com/Myrna Private Collection. That's reamstories.com/MERNA Private Collection, all one word, where you can access all of my books and more long before they are available at retailers and vendors. Hope to hang out with you there soon.